Hey guys, this is the guide for Freya in Ulduar 25-man. This fight consists of two phases, the first phase mainly being an add phase where you still need to tank the boss, but you're not really doing any damage to her until you get through all 6 waves of adds. The boss will still continue doing damage here, you just can't do damage to her. Freya's abilities include Touch of ANR. This heals her for 24k per second, and this is a permanent hot that she has throughout the entire encounter. She will not get rid of this. This is why it's very important that you don't lose players in phase 1 and you have as many people up in phase 2 as you can, because if too many people die, you may run into the potential that you just don't have enough damage to kill this boss because of how much she's healing. Outside of just healing the boss, Touch of ANR will still spawn the tree on normal mode. There's going to be a little growing tree that will pop up in a random place periodically throughout the fight. When that gets really big and grows to full size, that will heal the boss and the adds in the room, so make sure that your casters hard swap to that immediately to take it out before there's any extra healing done. She's going to start the encounter with Attune to Nature. This is going to stack up to 150, and each stack on the boss increases her healing by 4%. This is the ability that makes her immune for phase 1. Killing each wave of adds is going to reduce her stacks, and when all 6 waves are dead, all the stacks are gone, and then you're in P2 and you can start killing her. Sunbeam is 7.5 to 8.6k nature damage to enemies within 8 yards of the target. This is a 1.5 second cast. Just make sure you move out of it. Nature bombs are going to come out, but this is phase 2 only. The boss is going to throw 10 to 15 bombs at random raiders that will explode after 10 seconds, dealing 9k damage to anybody in 10 yards and knocking them back. When this goes out, I think I just kite the boss out of it. It's very simple and easy to avoid. Phase 1 is really the more difficult part of this fight. It's just dealing with these adds. Once you're into phase 2, it's just a tank and spank, as long as you get away from those bombs and you still have enough people up to kill the boss at the end of the fight. Okay, as we said, phase 1 is 6 waves of adds. You're going to get 2 waves of each type in a random order. The first type of wave that you can get is the Storm Lasher, Snap Lasher, and Water Spirit. The Snap Lasher gains a debuff for every melee attack on the add that increases its damage by 10% and stacks up to 99 times. So this can be very dangerous for your tank, or an off tank can call to stop attacking at 50 stacks. If this isn't attacked for 5 seconds, the debuff should reset. The last option is to have somebody kite the mob, either a hunter with the help of some slows or a DK should be really good for this. I would just choose what's right for your raid here. You can try both. If you're doing hard mode, I recommend kiting just because it can be a lot more dangerous, and I don't know that this is tankable with the current gear going into Ulduar. Storm Lasher casts nature spells and does a chain lightning. This can be interrupted and stunned. And the Ancient Water Spirit will periodically charge forward in a straight line, knocking away any players in its path. You're just going to want to face this away from the raid so that you can negate that ability. The last thing here is that these 3 adds need to die at the same time, so make sure your raid is killing them evenly. Once they all get down to about 10%, you can call for a nuke. The second type of adds that you'll see here is Detonating Lashers. This is a wave of lashers that are not tankable and will run from player to player and deal AoE damage for 8k damage in a 15-yard range on death. There are a couple of different ways to handle this. What we did here in the video was stack tightly under the boss, AoE them down until they got to around 20%, and then everybody scattered. Just make sure you're very careful if you're doing this strat, because you don't want to kill them when anybody's low and standing near them. When you're doing hard mode for this, I highly recommend setting up a rotation for knockbacks and stuns so that you can kill them while they're not near anybody in your raid, because you really can't afford that extra damage going out. The last wave that you'll see here is an Ancient Conservator. You want an off tank to pick him up. He's going to silence and pacify all members in the raid unless you're standing under one of the healthy mushrooms that he spawns. He's also going to cast an ability called Nature's Fury, which is going to put an AoE debuff on players for 10 seconds. You're going to want to move away if you're that player with Nature's Fury, otherwise it'll shred your raid. Even if you have to run out and are not standing under a mushroom, it's better than you stacking and killing your DPS and healers that are trying to kill the boss and heal. Even if you have to get out and away from a mushroom and be silenced, that's fine as long as you're not murdering your raid. Once you get through all 6 waves of ads, you're going to enter Phase 2. Phase 2 is pretty straightforward and self-explanatory. You're going to avoid the bombs, hard swap to the Gift of Aeonar when it's out, and kill the boss. Okay, that's Freya on normal. Our kill here in this video is a normal kill, but I am still going to go over the hard mode abilities for you guys. Each of her elders will give her a buff if you don't kill them prior to pulling her. Elder Brightleaf gives her the Essence of Brightleaf, increasing magic damage dealt by Freya and her allies by 60%. Freya also gains the ability to cast Solar Flare here. This is a nuke that may hit multiple targets, so please make sure you're watching and you move out of it immediately because it will one-shot you. Elder Stonebark increases physical damage dealt by Freya by 75%. Freya also gains the ability to cast Ground Tremor. This is a 2-second cast with a 100-yard AoE that deals a large amount of physical damage and interrupts spell casts. This is going to lock out interrupted spell schools for 8 seconds. You really want to have some D-sacks or big raid cooldowns to deal with this, because in my experience, this was probably the hardest part of her hard mode on the PTR. There's just so much damage going out here that it's really hard to keep everybody up through this ability. Elder Iron Branch increases physical damage dealt by allies of nature by 50%. Freya also gains the ability to cast Iron Roots. This is a single target root that does damage over time until your player is broken out. The roots are attackable, so just make sure you have a team of players that will swap to these immediately and break them out, or just make it a rule that as soon as these go out, everybody needs to hard swap. So very quickly, this first phase, she's going to be immune to pretty much all damage. Your damage to her means nothing. We're going to be dealing with different types of ads. The little lashers do not have a threat table, so they're just going to be running all over the place. If we get them, everybody's going to move in, stack on me. Once they're low, around 10-20%, probably 20 just to be safe so that we don't kill the raid, everybody's going to scatter. You're going to spread. They're going to be running around. We're going to finish them. They're going to explode on death. Please do not stand next to them or finish them next to anybody that's very low health, because you will kill them. If we get the big 3 mobs, those need to die at the same time. If we get the big tree guy, you need to stand under a shroom. That's it. There will be 6 waves of that total, 2 of each. Once we get into the actual boss fight, I'm just going to tank her. We'll pull her away from bombs. Make sure we swap to trees to kill them. It's pretty much just a tank and spank from there.
Can you repeat all that again, but like at the very beginning, can you start out by saying how you doing?
No.
3, 2, 1. I'm out of range. That spell isn't ready yet. I must be protected.
You lost them, Paul?
No. Save it. I'll make a list how I have the list for the other one. Under a happy shroom. Must be under a happy shroom.
There's a tree.
Nobody should be attacking Freya. Everybody should be on the tree. There's a gift in the back. Get ready for next wave. These ones need to die at the same time.
There's a tree somewhere.
Yep, tree. Casters kill that immediately. Alright, I think we're gonna have lashers here. Everybody stack up. Yep, lashers. Remember, these have no threat table. They are not tankable. Just AoE them down. Everybody spread.
Out, out, out.
Don't kill them while they're clumped.
Tree.
Alright, nice job.
Yeah, that was really good. That was all the waves.
Yep, now we just gotta do it one more time.
Go to a mushroom.
Under a happy shroom.
Tree.
Tree. It's right in melee, just finish it. Yeah, we got the 3 again. These need to die at the same time. Lasher needs a little bit of help. Both Lashers need help. Kill the ads quick. Alright, one more wave of Lashers and then we should be good. Tree. Everybody stack. Let's get them low.
Spread.
Yep, everybody spread out. Go, 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 go. Alright, we're gonna enter phase 2 as soon as these die. Phase 2. Bloodlust.
Tree. I don't know where the fuck it is.
Yeah, that's behind us.
Nice job. Nice.
Damn, we didn't even get any bombs. Oh, we still got a speed achievement. That's cool. Okay, that was Freya. I hope this helped you guys out with your raids. Let me know if you have any questions in the comments. Thanks for watching.